this have looked if I'd been entertaining someone?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Wheeler. We didn't think.
Obviously.
In the future, we'll use the back door, Mrs. Wheeler.
Thank you, John. I'd appreciate that. See that you do. Now, Mr. Wheeler will not be home for dinner this evening.
You won't? Strange.
What's strange about it?
Well, usually Mr. Wheeler is very good about telling me when he won't be home for dinner.
I'm telling you, Vivian.
Yes, ma'am. Where is he?
I hardly think that's any of your concern.
Well, I was asking because I thought maybe I could keep something warm for Mr. Wheeler.
That won't be necessary. Mr. Wheeler won't be in any mood for dinner tonight.
Oh, Judy, this is Mr. Wheeler. Is Raina there? Oh, she's not. When did she leave? Oh, did she say where she was going? I see. No message.
Hi, Dad.
Huh? Oh, hi, honey.
Something wrong?
Huh? No, not exactly.
What's that mean?
Oh, I got this note from Raina asking me to meet her in Dallas.
Dallas. You going?
You bet I am. Hello, John. This is Mr. Wheeler. I want you to come down to the office immediately and pick me up. Yeah. I want you to take me to the airport.
Well, Mr. Wheeler won't be coming home tonight. You were right, Mrs. Wheeler. I've got to go take him to the airport.
Well, John, we don't want Mr. Wheeler missing his plane, do we? You better be on your way.
Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like to check in.
Do you have a reservation?
Yes, I believe that room 2031C has been reserved.
Just a minute. Yes, here it is. Mr. and Mrs. Justin Marshall, right?
Yes.
Is Mr. Marshall with you?
No, he'll be joining me later. Thank you.
All right. Well, then, just sign right here, Mrs. Marshall.
Texas, the new generation. The first part of Texas is brought to you by the comfortable diaper. Love's disposable diapers.
Vivian, I'll be resting in my room. I hope your beef Wellington will be wonderful tonight. I seem to be developing quite an appetite.
Yes, ma'am. It looked like you took a wrong turn into the locker room. That woman.
Hey, calm down, Vivian, calm down.
It's hard to keep calm when she says things like that.
Well, I thought you and Mrs. Wheeler were getting along better.
This Mrs. Wheeler is very difficult to get along with. Sometimes she's just fine, and sometimes she gets on her high horse again. I really don't understand her.
Yeah.
And there's something else I really don't understand.
What's that?
Why is Mrs. Wheeler having all these secret meetings with Ruby Wright?
I don't know, Vivian, but I really think you ought to stop worrying about it, and I think I better go pick up Mr. Wheeler.
Why would Mr. Wheeler want to go to the airport?
I don't know, Vivian. Maybe he was called away on a business trip.
Uh?
Well, maybe it came up unexpectedly.
I don't like it, John.
Like what, Vivian?
Just like that, on the spur of the moment, he wants you to take him to the airport?
That's right.
There is something strange in this house. And Mrs. Wheeler
Said Mr. Wheeler wouldn't be home for dinner. She was right.
How did she know he was going out of town?
I don't know. But I think I better go put on my uniform. Mr. Wheeler's waiting. I gotta go. I'll be back as soon as I can.
It just does not make sense to me that Mr. Wheeler wants to go to the airport like this. Drive carefully.
I will.
Do I look all right, Mom?
You look sharp.
You sure?
Yes, sir. You look just like I want my son to look. Well, except for maybe one thing.
What?
Yeah, come here. Let me straighten your tie a little. Okay. There. You are perfect. I love you. I love you so much.
I love you too, actually.
Oh, you glad that the adoption's over with so quick?
Well, you bet I'm glad. I don't think I've been more happy in my whole life.
Me either.
Just wish Marshall could have been here.
Oh, well, he wanted to be here, too. He hated missing this.
Why do you have to go out of town?
Well, he had business in Dallas. You do know that it had to be very important business for him to miss this, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's true.
Just thought that this celebration was for all of us.
Well, it is, but really it's just for you. Because it's your birthday. It's like a birthday party.
But it should be for all of us. I mean, Marshall's going to be my father, you're going to be my mother, and I'm going to be your son. It's a big thing for all of us.
You're right. I tell you what, when he gets back, just the three of us will have a big celebration all our own.
Oh, you mean it?
Sure I do. We'll go any place you want to go. What do you think?
Oh, that's going to be great. Oh, I'll get it.
Thank you.
Hi there, Gregory.
Hi, Paige. Hi, TJ.
Hi.
This is for you, honey.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, and this one's for me.
Well, what are these for?
What do you think?
Well, we thought it was a pretty special day and thought you deserved some gifts.
Can we come in, especially since we're bearing gifts?
Sure.
Why Dallas, do you suppose?
I don't know. She just says in her note, meet me at a hotel in Dallas.
So what's the problem?
Well, there's no problem. It's just, it's puzzling.
Why?
Well, for one thing, I asked her to come to dinner with me tonight. And she said she couldn't because she had to be alone.
Alone?
Yeah. Of course, she hasn't been in a very good mood ever since Mark and I dressed her down for being involved with Hannibal.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark came down pretty hard on her.
Well, we both did. And with reason. You know, World Oil could have been compromised by what she did.
Raina had no way of knowing who Hannibal
Well,
was.
that's just the point. If she checked with us, then she should have, either Mark or me, before getting herself involved with him.
Well, look, if she had checked with you, would you have known more about Hannibal at that point than she did?
Well, of course, because we would have checked him out before we let her go there.
Well, she made a mistake. She knows that. That's it.
What's what?
That's why she turned down your dinner invitation, and she's setting up this rendezvous in Dallas. I bet she's got something really special planned for you.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if she knew that you were upset with her, this is probably an opportunity to get you away somewhere without interruptions.
Oh. How did you get to be so smart?
I'm your daughter.
That's right, you are, aren't you? You sure are.
I'm so glad you're going, Dad. I think it's great. You know, she loves you an awful lot.
Well, I hope so, because I love her an awful lot. Go on, get out of here, get out of here. I got a date in Dallas.
Oh, those finicky Johnsons. Sarah, this Cool Whip topping's been in the refrigerator a while. It's still fresh, isn't it? Of course. Cool Whip's been improved to stay fresh even longer, so the last spoonful's as fresh as the first.
Delicious dessert. The topping tastes fresh.
Yeah, very fresh.
Yeah, fresh as your homemade.
Yeah.
New improved Cool Whip stays fresher longer.
So the last spoonful's as fresh as the first. It'll never work.
We're testing whether Tegrin can keep Lisa's dandruff under control for 3 days. Okay, Lisa, give it the Tegrin shake.
Looks terrific, but it's only 1 day.
Tegrin Shake, day 2, Lisa.
Wow, Tegrin's on the job. But there's tomorrow.
Day 3. Let's see that Tegrin Shake.
Hey, I'm really impressed. Tegrin, I'm sorry I doubted you.
Try Tegrin. It works.
Really works.
Between shampoos.
Hey, I just smoked 4,000 lawns. I don't have a sandwich appetite. I've got a manwich appetite. Yeah.
The winning team doesn't have a sandwich appetite. They've got a manwich appetite.
No skinny little sandwich makes as much of a meal as manwich. Your ground beef plus Hunt's manwich sauce. Thick with tomatoes, onions, peppers.
Honey, I don't have a sandwich appetite. I've got a manwich appetite.
A sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
The role of Allison Linden is now being played by Terry Garber.
Stryker, I'm going out. Stryker?
Allison, I didn't hear you come downstairs. Where are you going? A birthday party?
Nope. Better than that. Gregory's adoption became official today.
Wonderful. Must be a happy boy.
Oh, he is. He was really looking forward to it.
He's a great kid. Not a bad pool player either.
Oh, he's pretty good at lots of things.
You tell me he wants to have another pool game, drop over sometime.
Oh, I will.
Well, you better get going, then you.
Stryker, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, Allison.
It's not any of my business, but I know that you and Vicki have been having problems lately, especially since that picture of Vicki was in the papers with that man, but, have you been able to resolve anything?
No, but, it's nice to have you concerned, but don't bother your pretty head. It'll work out.
I hope my staying here in this house hasn't caused any additional problems.
Of course not.
I just wish I could help.
Well, you can't, Vicki, and I'll work out the problem somehow. There is something you can do for me.
Oh, what's that?
Challenge me to a poker game again sometime.
Anytime you want, you just let me know. Playing you is money in the bank.
You're getting pretty confident there, aren't you, kid?
Sure am.
Well, you'd better get going. You don't want to keep Gregory waiting.
Right. See you later, Stryker.
You know something? You are absolutely beautiful.
Don't you always say that?
Do I?
Yes.
Well, I always mean it. I'm glad you came tonight.
How'd your business go this afternoon?
About as well as could be expected.
Well, it certainly looks good here.
Yeah? Too bad it's going to have to end soon.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to relocate the place.
Then you know who the new owners are?
Yeah.
Well, have you talked to them? Aren't they willing to renegotiate your lease?
No, they are definitely not.
Why not?
They wouldn't discuss it.
I don't understand. Don't they realize they have a gold mine in this place?
Vicki, that doesn't make any difference to them. They are not going to renegotiate my lease. Believe me, they won't do it.
Hunt, we can't let this happen.
Don't you understand? There is nothing we can do.
There's got to be something. Who are these people? Hunt, look, I have very good contacts in real estate. Maybe I can use my influence and convince them to change their minds.
No, I don't want you to do that. Vicki, I want you to stay out of this. I do not want you getting involved.
Why not?
Because I am asking you not to. I'll handle this. Now give me your word that you'll stay out of it.
What's on the agenda, Mom?
Yeah.
We are going to the Top of the World Club. We have reservations.
Top of the world?
Is there something wrong with that?
Well,
Do you not want to go there, Gregory?
Well, it's...
Well, look, I remember when I was a kid, the last thing in the world I wanted to do was to get dressed up and go to some fancy restaurant.
Well, is that the way you feel?
Well, the top of the world's nice, but...
But it's not where you want to go. We can cancel the reservations.
Well, we do go to the top of the world a lot.
Well, do you have a favorite place that you would like to go, Gregory?
Well, there is one place.
Yeah?
You name it.
Well, there's a hot dog stand near the park.
A hot dog stand.
Yeah, they've got great hot dogs. Marshall took me there all the time when you were in Savannah.
So, what are we waiting for? Come on.
All right, well, let's not all go. Let's set up for the party.
We'll stay here.
Well, Gregory and I are going to go and get the hot dogs, and we'll bring them back.
Great.
Is it all right, Mom?
Well, sure. In fact, that sounds real fun.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. Wait a minute now. Are we really going to go to a hot dog stand dressed like that?
Nah, lose the jacket.
Yeah, okay. I'll get in my jacket. Come on, get the tie on. Come on, get rid of it.
Forget what I said about it.
Loosen up the tie.
Right?
Huh? Come on. Let's...
Look at those.
How did you tie this thing? All right. Come on, get that jacket off.
Oh, that looks.
There.
Take 'em out
Feel
of the
better?
tree now.
Yep.
Okay, let's go, partner.
Whoa, be
Okay,
careful.
guys. Have a good time now.
Okay.
Be careful.
Bye-bye.
Happy trails.
It's the door.
Whew. They made it. Can't believe it.
Oh, they are such a pair.
Yeah, they sure are.
You know, TJ told me that he wants to sound exactly like Gregory someday.
Hello. Yes, sir. My name is Justin Marshall. Has my wife arrived yet?
Oh, yes, sir. In fact, you just missed her. She should be on the way up toward the room right now.
Very good. Is that room 2031C?
That's right.
Wonderful. Very good. Listen, this is a very special evening for my wife and me. I'd like dinner served in the room. A couple of Chateaubriands, a bottle of your fine red wine. Here, you choose. And, of course, some of your best champagne.
Yes, sir.
You tell that chef of yours to outdo himself. Or herself.
I certainly will. Now, when would you like it served?
Give us a little while. Give us about an hour.
Yes, sir. You enjoy your stay in Dallas now.
I intend on doing just that. Bye. Well, hello there, pretty lady. What kind of flowers you got here for me?
Just about everything, sir.
Oh, they're beautiful. Let me have some of these. Oh, I love these. How about these two right down here, too? And, oh, these are great. I always love these. Beautiful. Oh, this is my favorite.
Chocolate sauce, soaked in, motor oil, seeped in, color soil, ground in. Unless you clean the dirt to go all the way through, your whole wash isn't clean. That's why we invented Era. Era has the power of cleaners for deep down dirt, for soaked in grease, for seeped in oil, for ground in color soil. Penetrating cleaners concentrated to put more cleaning power on the stain. Watch Era clean all the way through these 3 layers of tough stains. Put a teaspoon of Era only on the top. Its power penetrates. Rub, run under warm water, and look. Era cleaned all the way through. And when you get the tough stains clean, your whole wash is clean. Era cleans all the way through.
Let's face it, if all we had to clean was one little spot of greasy dirt, any cleaner full strength would do. But greasy dirt gets everywhere. So I clean by the bucket with Top Job. It's a fact. No leading liquid in a bucket tops Top Job on the toughest greasy dirt. Take pine oils. They're fine full strength. But pour them in water like I do. And see, Top Job cleans the toughest greasy dirt better than pines. Like they say, oil and water just don't mix. Yet tough as Top Job is, it's safe on my no-wax floor. So when you clean the toughest greasy dirt by the bucket, switch from pines to Top Job. Its cleaning power holds up better underwater.
Come on in. How you doing? I'm all right. You look pretty. Thank you. I have a present for your new son, Gregory. My new son, I can't get used to that. Put it with the other presents. Have a seat.
Well, where is everybody? I thought it was late.
Oh, you are. Don't worry. Paige is in the bedroom fixing her makeup, and TJ and Gregory have gone to get some hot dogs.
Hot dogs? I thought we were going to the top of the World Club.
That was the original plan.
Well, what happened?
Well, it ends up that Gregory's favorite restaurant is the hot dog stand down the street, right?
That sounds like Gregory.
I know.
Oh, Ashley, you look so happy.
I am. Allison, for the first time in a very long time, I feel like everything I ever dreamed of may come true.
Well, you don't have to worry about Hannibal anymore.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'm real glad that you're here. And Gregory was so excited when he found out you were going to get to come. It means a lot to him. To me, too.
Well, I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Well,
So how many should we buy?
well, girls won't eat very much. Probably only 2 or 3.
You can eat more than 2 or 3 hot dogs?
Sure. I ate 7 once.
7?
Yeah, except I got a little sick. So I guess that doesn't really count.
No, I guess not.
4 sounds about right.
Okay, so that's 2 for each of the ladies and 4 apiece for each of us, right?
That's 14.
14. Right. Come on there. Howdy. My little pard here said you got the best hot dogs in all of Houston.
Your son's absolutely right about that.
Oh, I'm not his son. See, I'm Justin Marshall's son. He's president of Marshall Oil. You remember him.
Any kind of luck, I just may be his uncle someday soon, though.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you like?
14 hot dogs with the works.
14?
Yeah, well, that's what we figured, right? 14?
Right.
Yeah, 14.
Right. Okay, coming up.
TJ. Can we make it 18?
18, what?
Well, I wanted to save some for Marshall. I mean, for my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, good idea. Little pard here just changed his mind. He wants to make that 18.
All right. 18 of the finest, coming up.
All right.
I'll make you a little bet. Your production division against mine. If I put you out of business in the next 6 months, we'll meet again. Right here. And you'll go to bed with me. Right in this hotel room.
What if I win?
I'll sell out Marshall Oil and leave Texas.
You're a liar.
No. I'm just sure of myself. Do we have a bet?
You've got a bet. Justin Marshall, I'm finally going to nail you. Hello, Justin.
Just as I remember. Same as 6 months ago. Oh, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Raina, you are beautiful.
Why, thank you, Justin.
These flowers for you.
Thank you again. They're lovely.
I've been looking forward to this for 6 long months.
So have I, Justin. You don't know how much.
family's grown.
The Queen. Tom Brokaw will report. There's a lot of agreement. High technology means future. So let's stop kidding ourselves.
For brands like RCA, Whirlpool, and Sansui, call America's largest. Call Color Time.
Stay tuned for the next part of Texas.
Heavy fighting in the Mideast, the latest at 12.
And now, the next part of Texas.
Vivian, I'm back.
You drive Mr. Wheeler to the airport?
Yes.
You talked to him on the way?
A little.
Did he tell you where he was going?
No.
John, what are you sitting there reading like that for? If Mrs. Wheeler comes down and finds you, she'll have your hide.
It's all right, Vivian. Mrs. Wheeler said she was going to stay up in her room until dinner was ready.
I know what she said, but you know she has a tendency to turn up when you least expect her.
Vivian, please don't worry.
She does have a tendency to appear unexpectedly, and we get into trouble.
I don't think she will this time.
Well, I hope not, for your sake. What are you reading that's so fascinating?
It's this article. I would like to read it to you.
What is it?
It's a very poignant letter in the Advice to the Lovelorn column.
The Advice to the Lovelorn column?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought you'd read something like that.
What sort of thing do you think I read?
I don't know. Say, weather charts or the stock market report, stuff like that. That stuff's way over my head. Can't make heads or tails out of it, but you're very smart, John. I would have thought you'd been more interested in that stuff.
I'm also interested in the human condition, Vivian, and that's what these columns are all about. Would you like to hear it?
Of course.
Dear Miss Cynthia, I've known this woman at work for some time now. She's a very nice, very warm human being. She always makes me feel very special.
I don't see any problem there.
It goes on.
Oh.
The problem is, he's getting to the problem now. The problem is, I don't know how to tell her how I feel about her. I mean, what if I say I really like her, and she says she was just being polite? I know that if I don't tell her how I feel, our relationship will never grow. But if she rejects me, then I've jeopardized the relationship we have now. What should I do? Vivian?
You're right, John. That's a very poignant letter. It's really terrible when two people care so very much about each other and then they're too shy to tell each other how they really feel. I think he ought to just take the chance and tell her how he really feels. I think he ought to come right out and say, I really like you, and I'd like to get to know you better.
I really like you, and I'd like to get to know you better.
That's what I just said, John.
No, Vivian. That's how I feel about you.
Thank you. Hunt, why are you being so stubborn about my not helping you?
It's just the way I want it.
Please, Hunt, let me help you.
Vicki, I appreciate the offer, I really do. But I have my reasons. And I don't want you getting involved.
All right. If you don't want me involved, I'll stay out of it.
Thanks, Vicki. So, how are things on the home front?
Stryker? Nothing's changed. It's about the same.
I'm sorry that he's putting you through this pain.
Hunt, I'm beyond pain at this point. All I feel now is anger. Stryker will never be able to hurt me again.
Well, I feel bad that you've had to go through all this. I want you to know that.
I do.
Vicki, you and I are lonely people. Lonely people who have been hurt. And I know that it's hard to make a commitment when you've been hurt. And I'm not one to be preaching this. But you cannot bury your feelings in order to avoid being hurt.
I know that intellectually, but it's not always easy to remember emotionally.
I want to help you. I mean, you single-handedly helped me care about someone again. I want to protect you from being hurt.
Please, Hank, be patient with me. I know maybe it seems I'm keeping my feelings locked inside, but believe me, I've revealed more of my feelings to you than I have to almost anyone else.
It's a start, Vicki. It's a real strong start.
Oh, Miss Brad, don't go upstairs right away because your mom wants to see you right away.
Oh, thanks, Vivian. Listen, tell my mother that I have to see
Brad! Oh, good, you're home.
Hi, Mom.
That's all, Vivian, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Could I talk to you, dear?
What about?
Why don't you join me for dinner?
I'm sorry, but Ricky and I already have plans tonight.
Some other time, then. I'm glad you're going to see Ricky. Such a nice young man.
If that's all you wanted to say, Mom, I have to go and change. Oh, listen, Dad's not going to be home for dinner. He's on his way to Dallas.
Yes, I know.
You know? Well, he told me to tell you. Did he call you himself?
No, he didn't. I just know that he's gone to Dallas to see Raina Decker.
How'd you know that?
Darling, come and sit down for a minute. There's something I have to tell you.
Mom, what's going on?
I know you're going to find this difficult to believe, but Raina didn't go to Dallas to see your father.
What are you talking about? Of course she did. She left him a note. I saw it.
No, Brett. I sent that note.
You?
Yes.
I don't understand.
I found out that Raina had a bet with Justin Marshall. And if she lost the bet, which she did, she was supposed to meet him in Dallas and go to bed with him.
What?
I know. It's hard to believe.
It's not true. Raina can't stand Justin Marshall.
I'm sorry, it is true, Brett.
How'd you find this out?
Honey, that's not important. What really matters is that your father find out what kind of a woman Raina Decker really is.
I don't believe a word of this. Mother, how could you forge that note? How could you do that?
I had to, babe.
You had to. You keep saying you love Dad.
I do love your father.
Well, if you love him, how could you send him to Dallas like that? Especially if what you said is true.
I had to. There was nothing else I could do.
Do you know what that would do to him? Do you know how much that would hurt him?
Yes, I know. I know it's going to hurt your father, and I hate doing that. But don't you see? I had to do it because I love him.
Is known as Little Mess because mishaps seem to follow him everywhere. So rather than drag out a heavy vacuum, his mother reached for her cordless dustbuster from Black & Decker. It's light, powerful, recharges continuously, and perfect for small, fast cleanups on stairs, floors, anywhere. So if you've got a little mess around your house, get yourself a Black & Decker dustbuster. When America has a job to do, it reaches for Black & Decker.
Herman Ray didn't please every farmer he met.
Herman, I said. A potato is a potato. And? I said mine weren't firm enough. Well, he's a picky man. Likes a tasty chip, though.
Then Herman Ray set out to breed better potatoes.
Darn foolish. He's a picky man.
Makes a tasty chip, though. Today, Lay's is America's best-selling potato chip. Herman Ray knows why.
We start with great potatoes.
Lay's, grown to be America's favorite. The summer sizzles on NBC. Sizzles with surprises on The Doctors.
Billy Aldrich and I are going to be married very soon.
Will Nola ever see her wedding day?
I still don't believe that Billy is the father of your child. You are not going to marry Billy.
This week on The Doctors.
Well, I think you're right, Gregory.
About what?
These hot dogs are the best in Houston. Although, I do know of another place that has hot dogs that are almost as good as these.
Oh, yeah? Where?
The Astrodome. Hot dogs they serve there are terrific.
You want to open your presents?
Thought you'd never
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, go on, Gregory.
I don't know which one to open.
Oh, here. Okay, let me help you. Take this one first.
Oh, who's that?
All right. Come on, rip it open.
Oh, boy.
Dad,
Whoa,
Gregory.
look at that.
My.
Oh, wow.
That's for the new house.
Well, thanks, TJ.
Look, when you move in and get your hoop up, I'll come over and challenge you to a little one-on-one.
You any good?
Pretty fair. The team I played on in college made it to the semifinals of the NCAA championships.
Ooh, it must have been pretty good to play on a team like that.
Yes, and if you let him, Gregory, he will even show you all of his clippings. Great fun.
I'm a little rusty, but I am taller than you are, so I might be able to give you a good game.
Open mine next, honey.
Okay.
It's right there, the silver one. So nice, TJ.
You didn't mind ripping into it,
Didn't I wrap that well?
Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what do you think, Gregory?
Like it, honey?
I know.
Great.
Oh,
Oh, it's going to look fantastic when Marshall and me race the Gregory one.
It's gonna look fantastic when you and Marshall watch the Gregory run.
No.
Race run.
It's going to be much better in the car.
Sound just like Justin.
Like fire, like sun.
Here, Gregory, open up mine. That's great for Marshall.
It is. How'd you know what size?
Come on, boy, tear into that.
Into it. It's just like Christmas. Doesn't know what to think. He's gonna expect this every day. What is it? Hmm?
Come on, the suspense is killing.
Are you going to tell
$1 million. What is it?
It's a $10 gift certificate to the ice cream shop.
Oh.
All the banana splits to your heart's content. Well, that is as long as I don't have to eat as many as he does.
Well, no, wait a minute. What is this all about?
It's a private joke.
Well, we have one more here. This is from your mom and dad. Although I think you'll probably be able to figure out who picked it out. You're not going to believe it. I can't believe that we found it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my word. Look at that.
Oh, Gregory won.
All right.
Oh, this is a gift.
You like that? Oh, you're welcome. Sit in here. Oh, it looks good on you, too.
You know, I have a feeling you're going to have a hard time getting him to take that thing off.
Yeah.
What do you want to bet he goes to bed with it?
Yeah, I probably will.
I knew you were protesting too much, Raina. You were looking forward to this evening as much as I was.
Well, you know what they say, Justin. Nothing's worthwhile if it comes too easily.
Well, now, you just might have something there. Like the flowers.
You're such a romantic.
I got quite an evening planned for us, Raina.
Oh?
Champagne, Chateaubriand, fine wine.
I was kind of hoping that we could get right down to business.
Well, you really have been looking forward to this, haven't you?
Uh-huh. I didn't think that we came all the way to Dallas just to have dinner and talk. Did you?
Oh, certainly not.
I've been looking forward to this night for a long time.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, but, not much of a selection, is there?
A man was in earlier, nearly bought me out.
Well, may I have those, please?
You really are something, Raina.
What do you mean?
You're quite an actress. All that fighting and scratching in Houston, that was all an act.
It was for your benefit, darling. I know you well enough to know that you don't like a passive little mouse.
That's right. I like a woman with spirit.
Do I have enough spirit for you?
You sure do.
Justin. Oh. I sure hope that you're not dreading the terrible mistake you've made.
Mistake? What mistake are you talking about?
Leaving Ashley alone with TJ in Houston.
What are you talking about, Raina?
Oh, darling, I'm just surprised that you trust him alone, that's all. I mean, after all they've been through. Didn't you know?
No, what? What are you talking about?
Well, sweetheart, Ashley and TJ were engaged in college. They were lovers. They were going to be married, just. Didn't you know that? Don't you wonder what they're doing right this minute?
Hey, thought you were brushing your teeth.
I was just thinking
Oh, what?
about Teddy. He always wins.
Well, your brother's a lot older than you are.
He'll always be older than me.
I know how you could beat him right now.
How?
Come on. You could get even fewer cavities than Teddy, because he didn't have this crust at your age. Advanced formula crust has floor set.
So?
So it's even tougher than the crust your brother had, or your mother had, or I had. When it comes to checkups, you could beat us all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's not so bad being the youngest after all, huh? With advanced formula crest, your kids could have even fewer cavities than you did.
I know every father thinks his daughter's pretty, and I'm no exception. My daughter Betty is a real ivory girl.
Meet Betty Ford, an ivory girl with healthy-looking skin.
I've used Ivory all my life, even through my teenage years, when I had to keep my skin really clean, and it helped. Ivory's a basic natural soap. I don't like to use a soap that leaves heavy perfume or deodorant on my face. I want a soap that's natural and clean, and that's Ivory. That plus eating right and exercise really helps my skin stay healthy looking.
I'm really proud of Betty.
Healthy-looking skin. Ivory can help you have it, too.
My father can tell you I've used Ivory since I was a baby, and I'm really glad.
Vicki!
Yes, Stryker.
Getting home kind of late, aren't you?
Not particularly.
Where you been?
I've been with Hunt Weston at the Starlight Lounge. He's having some difficulties, and I'm trying to help him out.
What kind of difficulties?
I've already explained that to you, Stryker. Someone new has bought the building, and they're not willing to renegotiate his new lease. It's not going to be easy for him to relocate.
Did he say anything else?
Stryker, I really don't think that's any of your business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going upstairs to change.
Starlight, Hunt Weston speaking.
Weston is Stryker Bellman. What the hell do you think you're doing?
What are you talking about, Stryker?
You told Vicki I bought that building.
I didn't tell her anything. I said I wouldn't.
What kind of game you playing?
I'm not playing a game, but I think you are.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just what I said. I think you're playing games with your wife. And look, I'm going to do everything in my power to see that she doesn't get hurt again. You just see that you do the same.
Ashley and TJ engaged.
That's right. What's so amusing?
You are? I know exactly what you're trying to do, Raina.
You do?
You think if I believe that absurd story about TJ and Ashley, I'll call off the bet. Well, it's not going to work. There never was an engagement.
Justin, you can verify what I told you just by talking to TJ's mother. Or any of Ashley's sorority sisters, for that matter.
Bernie, you're lying.
If that's what you want to think, darling. I gotta tell you, there are a lot of people that know about your wife's relationship with TJ. In fact, their love affair was the talk of the campus.
I don't want to hear any more of this.
Why not? Are you afraid of hearing something about your darling wife that happens to be common knowledge?
You've had it in for Ashley for a long time now. I think this is a pretty underhanded way to get out of a little bet.
I am being perfectly honest with you, Justin. More honest than Ashley has ever been. She does have a reputation for lying, doesn't she? She lied to you about being pregnant. So, you married her. Doesn't it make you wonder, Justin? Doesn't it make you wonder what else she's lied about?
I don't believe this, Raina.
Because you don't want to believe it. Think about it, Justin. Who was the one that insisted TJ work for Marshall Oil? Ashley, wasn't it? They spent an awful lot of time together.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know what you think, but it's pretty obvious to me. They were lovers once, and talk has it that they're lovers now. I mean, I don't know why you don't know that. I'm not the only one in Houston that knows that.
You stop it, Raina. That's enough.
Poor Justin. Poor, blind, foolish Justin.
Damn, stop it, Raina. I said stop it.
You are wrong about Raina. No, Brett, I'm not wrong. I know exactly what kind of a woman she is. And it's important that your father find out before it's too late. I don't believe you. You must be distorting something. No, Brett, I'm not distorting anything. I've told you the truth. Now, I know that you think that what I've done is cruel. I don't mean to be. I love your father.
Oh, what a way to show it.
Listen to me, Brett. I know this is hurting you because you're a friend of Rena's, but don't you see? She's fooled you completely, just the way she's fooled your father.
You are lying.
Brett!
You've been up to something ever since you came to Houston. Well, I've watched you hurt him before, and I'm not going to watch you hurt him again. Raina couldn't be with Justin Marshall.
Yes, Brett, she is.
All right, I'm going to call her hotel room. And I'm going to talk to Dad if he's there. And I'm going to prove you wrong.
Stay tuned. Texas will be right back.
Since 1932, the one and only original Fritos brand, America's favorite corn chip. For 50 years, Fritos brand corn chips. They wouldn't have lasted so long if they didn't munch so good.
Camera! Check! Cassette recorder? Check! Flashlight? Check!
What about batteries? Last vacation, they wore out so fast.
Harry, I switched to Duracell batteries. They last longer. In fact, Duracell batteries last 3, 4, up to 5 times longer than regular carbon batteries.
Well, I'm convinced. Let's get going.
Check.
Duracell. The copper top battery. No regular battery looks like it
Or lasts like it.
Diane Brock. Don't treat your puppy like a dog. Hey, Steve Levitt, you're treating your puppy like a dog. Kit Miller, are you treating your puppy like a dog?
Oh, no. Dog food is for dogs. My puppy gets puppy food. Puppy Chow brand puppy food. I know puppies need more nutrition, and Purina Puppy Chow has it.
Good for you, Kit Miller.
No, good for him.
Don't treat your puppy like a dog, dog, dog.
No, no, no.
Give him Puppy Chow.
Oh, what's wrong, Justin? Aren't you in the mood anymore? You still want to go through with our bet, don't you? Don't think about TJ and Ashley. Hey, you're not reneging on our bet, now are you? That must be our wonderful champagne dinner. That's so thoughtful of you, darling. We're going to have a wonderful evening.
Raina. Some guy bought up all the flowers.
Not long ago, my only exercise was climbing up and down a stepladder. Today, I'm climbing Eagle Mountain. Boy, have I changed my life for the better. Back then, antique stores were the only place I knew to buy antiques. Now I know what to look for. I get my best buys at yard sales. That's some change. And before I knew better, I had to buy boxes of this and bottles of that to get my laundry clean and soft. But Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener changed that. A product that cleans, softens, and controls static cling all in one box. Now that's a change for the better. Oh, I know, only if it works. Well, Bold 3 works. Look at these jeans. Muddy, right? These were just as muddy. Would you ask more from a detergent? And talk about softness. I mean, this feels really soft. Now watch. No sticking, no crackling, no annoying static cling. Would you ask more from your fabric softener? Now that's some change.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Where's the fire, boys?
Hey, just a practice run, Rosie. Folks.
No wonder you guys wear raincoats.
Oh, get something quick.
Relax. Bowdy starts quicker.
Wow.
So you finish quicker.
Quicker than other towels?
Yep. Watch. A top challenger against Bowdy.
Hey, Bowdy starts working a lot quicker.
Right. Bowdy starts quicker.
So, you finish quicker.
You bet your suspenders.
Ouch.
Bowdy's the quicker picker-upper. Starts quicker, so you finish quicker.
This part of Texas was brought to you by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas, the new generation. Monday night.
Summer Sizzles on NBC.